Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's impromptu, awesome kick butt. Let's have a good old time webinar. I just honestly threw together this webinar because I wanted to just hang out with you guys and talk to you guys and have some fun. We planned it very last minute, and I'm excited because today I'm going to reveal to you actually not three. So my team went a little overboard and decided that they wanted to send us they wanted to send me four. So I got four landing pages to share with you today. These are the ones that we are driving hundreds of thousands of dollars of traffic to. Okay, we have hundreds of thousands of dollars of traffic going to these pages. So you know what? They work. They are converting, and I want to break them down for you. I want to dissect them. I want to show you the different components and what we split tested and why it's working the way it's working, so I can teach you to think and act and become a truly awesome conversion specialist. But before we go into any of that, we are going to just do an impromptu kind of training about, if you're starting a business, what is it that you really need to pay attention to? What are the elements you need to look into? Lots of things that I want to go over today. Now, here's the thing, and I want your permission to be okay with this. I did not work out a single PowerPoint today, okay? There is no PowerPoint at all. So how many of you are okay with that? Type in the number one if you are okay with a raw experience where I will be reading your comments, I will be engaging with you as much as I can, and I will be showing you guys some. Justine thinks it's hilarious. She said LOL, and Maurice says ha 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 too. What's so funny about that? But all right, apparently I'm funny. It's awesome. So yeah, I just, you know what? I'm gonna be honest. Are you guys ready for a moment of honesty here? So I wanted to do a PowerPoint, but I was too lazy. I just didn't. In the end, I was like, these guys, I'm going to teach them and they're going to love it. I'm not going to sit here and burden myself with a bunch of PowerPoints that are boring anyways. Guillermo says, can you dance instead? You know what? One of these days, Guillermo, I would not be surprised if I do a webinar where I just start dancing for you guys, whatever it is. All right. So that's the first full disclosure. Secondly, people come onto these webinars and are scared. What's Anik going to sell me? Is he going to sell me something? Do I have to have my credit card on me? And here's the deal. Let's get it all out there. Nothing to buy today, guys. All right? Nothing. I'm not pitching you anything at the end. What I will do is tell you right now that at the end of this, I'm going to talk about only for a few of you who want. I'm just going to literally, what's the word I'm looking for? So we are inviting people to the Learn Center to spend 5 days with us to learn about certain topics, okay, where we work with you hands-on. But if you can't travel, we're inviting some people to then tune into it virtually, but you have to qualify, okay? Now, eventually, when you get down the road, you qualify, there might be some investments that are needed, but honestly, that's not even something I'm talking about today. But yeah, I'm gonna give you a URL at the very end of the presentation that leads you into that. If you want to do it, I can't take too many people anyway. So if it's not for you, it's not for you. Don't worry about it. But that's going to be like the last 3 minutes of our time today. I wanted to put that all completely out there so that you guys don't think that there's any underhanded reason. I honestly just wanted to get on and do a webinar with you guys and have a good time. So are you okay with that? Is that cool? Just type in yes. If all of that is legit, I've put it all out there. You know what's coming. And transparency is king. So you guys can sit here with your guards down and learn, take notes, and enjoy. All right? Love it. All right. I'm just curious, how many of you, as time grows, okay, as the Learn Center grows, as we do more things, how many of you would love the opportunity to come down and spend 5 days with us physically, or at least tune into one of my trainings virtually where I spend 5 days, me and my, type in the number one, if that's something that would be very interesting to you. I'm just curious, 5 days so imagine this, right? Not 5 days like learning to build a business. I'm talking about 5 days like learning to master Facebook, or 5 days learning to master a particular topic. I mean, we're talking about advanced stuff. Awesome. Love it. Lots of ones piling in. That's incredible. Thank you guys for all your love. Karen says, what about a cruise? Karen, no one would do any work on a cruise. We got to learn. I wouldn't do any work. All the best trying to get me to teach you on a cruise. I'm going to be sitting on the bench somewhere, hanging out, reading a book. All right. So today I'm gonna tune out of the chat box for a little bit. Okay. Right now I'm gonna tune out of the chat box so I can focus over here. And what I'm going to do is pull up my handy dandy agent of laziness, scribble pad tool. I love this thing. So let's see here. Actually, I do have a few questions for asking you guys. So, okay. How many of you can, first of all, see my screen? I'm writing on it like magic. So it looks like magic. And it says building a business. Can you type in me if you can see my screen? And you see the magic that's happening on the screen? It's a magical whiteboard. All right. Awesome. You can see that. Okay. Now, the next thing I ask you to do, please answer it very honestly. And wait till I'm done with the question before you answer, because I'm trying to gauge who we have in the room so that I can give the best and most powerful training. So I would like for you to tell me if you are a beginner and just looking to get a business started, or if you already have one up and running. The way you're going to do that is I want you to type in the number 1 if you are a beginner, and type in the number 2 if you already have something up and running. I want you to type in the number 1, and then if you're a beginner, type in the number 2 if you already have something up and running. All right, we got about 70% 1s and about 30% 2s. That's awesome. Love seeing that. Man, especially if you already have a business up and running, you guys are going to get tremendous value from today's training. Like a lot of value. You're going to love it. That's awesome. All right, brilliant. So listen, when we talk about building a business, right, there are innately 2 things that have to be discussed. So I'm going to try to break down. I don't care what kind of business model you're doing. I don't care if you're doing e-com, coaching, consulting, multi-level marketing, email marketing, affiliate marketing, blogging. It doesn't matter. Let's today break building a business down into as macro components. I mean, let's simplify the understanding. There's essentially going to be 2 things that you have to really focus on. Okay, once you've chosen your model and your niche, those things are important, but they're not going to be the foundations of what build the entire business. They are not going to be the foundations. Okay, so what are going to be the foundations? Number 1 is conversion. Now, here's the deal. Most marketers and most entrepreneur coaches out there that are teaching you, and you're seeing their Facebook ads and you're seeing their YouTube ads and you're seeing their Google ads, and they don't tell you this. You know why? Because it doesn't sound sexy. Who the heck wants to click a Facebook ad that says, learn how to convert business? Like, that's boring. What's better is learn how to make $1 million in 32 hours. And people are like, yeah, I'm in. Like, I want to click that. So unfortunately, some of the hard truths aren't delivered to you by marketers. And I'm guilty as charged up until recently. Really about a year ago is when I learned, we said, you know what, it's time to start being like truly real with our students. And if they don't want to hear the truth, then they shouldn't be our student or shouldn't be an entrepreneur. So conversion, because here's the deal, you can master the art of traffic, but if you're not going to convert them into leads or into sales, then it just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. You're not going to make any money. So that leads me to the second component. Whoa, I don't know why I just did that. That was not a straight line. There we go. The second component, a lot of you guessed it, is traffic. Okay, but conversion comes first, in my opinion. So it's always a cycle, okay? Conversion comes first, then you get more traffic, and then you use traffic and you test, and then you go back to conversion and you optimize conversion, and then you bring more traffic to it, and you test more, and you keep optimizing your conversion, and you keep buying more traffic to it, and then you keep optimizing your conversion to it, all right? So it's a bit of a cycle, but these are 2 foundational components of any business that you are running. And honestly, this is the same even in an offline business. If you own a spa down the street or a store, like a hardware store, you're still going to have to focus on getting people in the door and making sure that when they walk in, you've got stuff to sell them in an optimized way. Okay? So now, let me see this. You all with me so far? Type in yes if you're still with me. And keeping it nice and simple so far. All right, yeah. God, I'd be really worried about anybody who said no at this point into the presentation. All right, perfect. So now what I want to talk to you about, this is why today's presentation is talking about the top 3 landing pages I have. And so what I want to do is actually dissect these landing pages. But then after I dissect the landing pages, I will speak to you about my 2 favorite traffic sources right now. Just so you guys know, we are not doing free traffic in the company. I don't got time for that. I need to grow and scale a lot faster. So I'm using 2 traffic sources, and I am actually investing money into them. So I know that usually scares people, but I am absolutely investing money to get this traffic. But just so you know, I'm investing between around $500,000 a month to get traffic. Now, I know that scares a lot of you. Hear me out. Let me get there. And I'm returning back anywhere between 1.5 million, and this is just one of my companies, to 2 million. So I'm having a 300 to 400% ROI on my investment. Now, a lot of you are saying, good for you, Anik. I don't got $500,000 to invest in nothing. Well, good, because I started with $20. Okay, and all of you can have $20. I know that for a fact, so I'm not even going to bother asking you. Okay, but here's what I did. I worked on this. Then I popped in $20, got myself some traffic. What came out of it was, I think if I remember correctly, was $35. I popped that back in here, optimized a little bit. Next time around, I put $40 in. And what came out of there was $100. And then next time around, I put $200 in. But I did this so this cycle, you see the cycle? I did it quickly, rapidly, boom, day over day, day. And so the next thing I knew, that $20, literally a year later, had turned into about $300,000 a month in investments. And I was scaling my business like crazy. And I didn't rely on any external party. I didn't rely on anybody outside to drive traffic for me. Because for those of you who've been around for a long time, who've seen Learn, how many of you have been following Learn long enough to remember the days where I used to do the big product launches and all these affiliates would promote my products? Most of you may have even come from that. Like Bob Proctor would promote it, Anthony Morrison would promote it, Fred Lamb would promote it, Jimmy Kim would promote it. I mean, Robert Kiyosaki. We had so many people, right? Magdalena says, I do. Daniela, Suzanne, Scott, Chris, John. So many of you remember me from those days. Well, guess what? We don't do those big product launches anymore. And that's why I have the sanity and the ability to come and hang out with you tonight and just have a good old time and do teaching and training, because it doesn't matter. I got plenty of traffic going on tomorrow. Okay, I got plenty of traffic coming in tomorrow, and all of my traffic is coming in from these 2 favorite sources of mine. So I invested a little bit of time to set up this cycle, this cyclical process in the business, and then I just feed it. I just feed it like a monster. And the rest of me as an entrepreneur gets to do what I want to do, which is hang out with students like you and work with you guys. And that's the dream. All right. So everyone else out there is not telling you that. They're trying to hide it from you. And I'm here telling you, conversion in many ways is the first thing. So many of you may or may not have heard of my story where, growing up, guys, in high school, I was one of those overachievers. Okay. So I studied my butt off. I would study till 3 a.m. and I had straight A's. I was doing really well in school, like math and science and all of it. Until junior year, 11th grade, I hit AP writing. It was a writing class. I was the worst writer known to mankind. I was struggling so hard. I was getting D's and C minuses, and I failed one of my papers. I had parent-teacher conferences, vice principal teacher conferences, me and teacher conferences, trying to get my grades up because, I was trying to get into like top line school, and I didn't want like bad grades on my record. And so anyways, long story short, I drove my teacher so crazy. She came to me one time and she told me, please don't ever become a writer. Like, you're really bad at this. And I said, lady, I'm going to be a doctor. Who the heck wants to be a writer anyways? Like, I don't want to be a writer, so you don't have to worry about that. This is a horrible profession. And so I went off to college and I decided to quit the medical track. And next thing I know, I want to be an entrepreneur. Then I find my way into this online marketing world. And the first thing I learned is, like, I want to sell digital products. And so I created my own product. I spent months writing it. And then all of a sudden I realized, oh my God, I need a sales page. So lo and behold, here's a person who hated writing, who by force of nature started having to write because I didn't have any money. So I had to write this whole digital product, right? And God knows the grammatical errors in that were crazy, but I did it anyways because I wanted to hustle. I didn't care about my past history with writing. And then what made it even worse is I had to do this thing called copywriting. Copywriting. And the idea of writing copy was cringing. It was painful, but I did it because I had to, right? I didn't have a choice. So I used other people's pages. I emulated. I tried to model after them, and I put my copy up. So now I start driving traffic to it. Back then we would do Google AdWords. So I drove traffic. You know what? $50, $100, $200, $300, $400 spent in traffic. And now, mind you, I'm a broke college student. I'm actually using my parents' money. I had my credit card from my dad, and he did not give me permission for that. I couldn't get one sale. I drove hundreds of clicks, couldn't get one sale. So I started thinking, oh my God, my copy sucks, my writing sucks, my teacher was right, she told me, why did I do this to myself? And so, freak story, I get led to a mentor. I get led to somebody. A friend connects me to somebody else online, right, through this forum. And they're like, hey, maybe this guy can help you sell your product. Like, he has the same target market with you. So I decided, okay, I'm going to, let me talk to this guy. So I talked to this guy, and he literally comes back immediately and says, Anik, I'm sorry, I can't help you because our target markets are actually not the same at all. I said, oh, well, it's worth a try. Thanks, man. And he goes, oh, hold on a sec. Who wrote your copy on your website? I said, man, I was so defensive. I was so nervous. I'm like, I'm so sorry. Like, and he's like, no, it's not good, but I think it has a potential. I could teach you. Do you want to be my intern? I was like, are you out of your mind? So I would hate, that's the worst thing you can, I want to be an entrepreneur. I don't want to be a writer. So I want to learn, right? And he kept trying to convince me. And one day he said something to me. I'm going to tell you what he said to me. And it changed my life. Guys, I've done over $200 million in sales on the internet. $200 million in sales on the internet. And this one sentence was what led to it. He said, and he literally changed the way I think that day. He said, Anik, every successful business person must be able to sell through the art of the written word. And I remember the first time he said it, I did not understand what the heck he was talking about. I was like, what? But years later, ladies and gentlemen, it's been now probably 16 years since he said that to me. Years later, if you asked me what is the one thing that led me to selling over $200 million worth of products on the internet, and I would tell you it is the art of selling through it is the art of the written word. That's how I did it. And if I ever had to go back again, I would never waste my time on anything other than bam, learning how to write messages. Because this is how learning to be a great copywriter has made me better at, when I'm at parties, I'm actually more interesting. I have crowds around me. People want to talk to me because my style of communication has changed. Being a better copywriter has changed my relationships and the way I deal with people in my life. Being a better copywriter has helped me write books, has helped me write better blog posts, articles. And then, of course, being a copywriter has helped me write better copy, which has made me millions of dollars. So that was the day that it clicked for me. And I realized I needed to understand conversion. And the thing is that this is the number one skill that most people need in their businesses, yet it is the number one skill that no one is out there talking about because it's not sexy, right? Everyone wants the magic bullet. Everyone wants to pay thousands of dollars for this little system that can have but when they go through the system, they get stuck. They don't know how to get it up and running. They don't know because they're missing the foundational skill sets needed, right? It's like having a screwdriver, having a screw, and having a piece of art. But in order to put that thing up, you better know how to use the screwdriver. If you don't know how to use the screwdriver, you can have all the tools in the world, but you're not going to be able to get that artwork up, right? So this is why today I really wanted to talk to you guys about the world of conversion and why it is so pivotal for you if you are in your journey. If you're just starting, it's even more pivotal for you. If you've been doing it for a long time, if you already have a business, imagine this. If you could master a few things about copywriting or conversion, you could have a major 20, 30, 40, 50, 60% swing in your business just by changing words on your page. All right, just by changing words on your page. So how many of you right now, can you type in wow if you've already had a bit of a breakthrough, if you're already glad that you came to today's webinar? Just in that much. I haven't even started yet. I haven't even shown you my pages, but type in wow if just in that little bit you've been like, whoa, I'm glad I was here today. Look at that. I love it. Tons of wows. Awesome. All right. Thank you. So one of the things that I teach in copywriting, and this is going to lead right into my pages that I want to share with you, is this concept of micro commitments. Guys, there was a day 20 years ago when Google didn't exist. consumers had no control. Consumers had to either buy your product or someone else's, but they didn't have access to much information. Unfortunately, the consumer mind today has completely changed. All right, not only do consumers have control, consumers have a tremendous amount of distraction in their lives. It is actually recently proven by Microsoft, this was a study done in 2008, so probably gotten a lot worse since then, that a human mind officially had an attention span of 8 seconds. But a goldfish has an attention span of 9 seconds. So we officially have an attention span that is less than that of a friggin' goldfish. Okay, a goldfish. Imagine that. Okay, imagine that. So what happens is we need to talk to our consumers in a very different way now if we ever stand a chance at converting them. And that's going to lead right into the importance of landing pages. Okay, so this is psychology that you truly want to understand and master before we go anywhere else. So micro commitments means you literally get them to say a yes to something small, tiny decision that leads to another tiny decision, leads to another tiny decision, leads to another tiny decision. Okay, you get the point, right? And eventually it leads to buying. So this is the buy process, but in between we have lots of little breaks. And a lot of people out there are not deploying this, but this is how the world has gone now. No one makes their decisions typically right off the bat. They have multiple touch points before they make their decisions. So, you know, let's just give an example. Let's say you're here, you're on Facebook, okay? So you're hanging around Facebook, looking at funny pictures of cats and your friends and family, and you see an ad. So you decide to stop. That's your first yes. You stop scrolling. Then you decide to click the ad. See, you as a consumer have full control right now. You can choose to engage or not engage. Every time you say yes, you've given permission for the person to show you the next thing, and that means you are going to be that much more likely to pay attention to said thing. Now you click the ad, you go to the landing page. Okay, now you read the landing page. That's another micro commitment. You decide to actually read it. Then you decide to take action. Maybe you put your email address in, maybe you fill out a form, maybe you click the next button. That's a yes. And then you like something, you hit add to cart. That's a yes. And then you put your CC information in, and only then do you buy. All of these are steps that took place, okay, that you have to design your marketing and your traffic and your business efforts. You have to design them behind this kind of thinking, this kind of mentality. And that's why it's so pivotal that you start to understand the psychology. Business and sales is all psychology behind a great landing page. And that's exactly what I'm going to walk you through. When I show you my best landing pages, I want to show you the psychology behind what makes them work. All right, the buyer psychology. We had Karen says, I majored in psych. That's awesome. I love psychology. And that's the only reason if you were to say, what's the second to copywriting that has made me so successful, that's helped me sell over $200 million worth of products, I would tell you it's psychology. It is my absolute obsession with psychology. So, and if you guys don't know psychology, didn't study it, don't worry. That's why you're here. I will get you there. I will show you what you need to see. Okay. And then, so this isn't a hard process. And after this, we'll talk about traffic for a little bit. And then once your conversion processes are down, guys, it literally becomes like this. The more you pour here, the more that comes out here. Okay, it literally becomes about water jugs pouring in to this funnel. That's exactly what it's all about. Okay, so once you have this part and this stuff done, then we can talk about what my two favorite sources of traffic are, or how I'm able to go out there and invest $500,000, get 300 to 400% ROI per month on traffic acquisition without ever having to worry about it, and with being able to be in a place in my life where I literally invest that time and energy of my day, not fighting to get traffic from affiliates, but rather hanging out with you. and all that fun stuff. All right, so give me 1 sec. Just check it. I just had to check something real quick. I got a text from my team, and typically I like to check, make sure nothing is wrong with the webinar, and they said nothing is, so we're good. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so Derek. All right. Derek, okay, guys, we're going to have a moment here. So, guys, you guys know in my webinars that sometimes I have a moment with some people that get offended by something I say or whatever. So, Derek, I'm going to read your comment, my friend, because I think it's obnoxious, okay? You said, please do not insult the intelligence of a human being in comparison to a goldfish. That is just wrong. I know you are intelligent, and that is why I listen to you, but do not insult us. Derek, if what I said was insulting to you, I promise you, my friend, right now, let me say something from the bottom place of my heart. Please leave this webinar. Please don't ever come back to any other webinar of mine. Don't ever come back. Okay? If something, I'm not going to deal with an environment where we are offended by the simplest of statements. You obviously know I am not saying that you are not smarter than a goldfish. But a company like Microsoft statistically proved that we have enough. Derek, look at your phone right now. You have apps binging and dinging at you, emails coming in, phone calls coming in, text messages, WhatsApps, Facebook messages, Twitter, Pinterest. I mean, I'm not even LinkedIn. I could keep going. So what they're trying to say is that we are distracted at any given time. All right, we are distracted at any given time. And so, Derek, I'm saying what I'm saying right now to help you, and probably I'm thankful to you for bringing it up because that way I can get this message out to everybody else that's listening. Come on, guys. Do not be sensitive like this. Let's not do this, okay? Let's not get to a place where when I'm trying to help you and I say the simplest of statements, it offends you. And if it does, if I offend you, please, seriously, leave the webinar and good luck working with the other marketers out there and the other entrepreneur coaches. I'm not dealing with that. So yes, I'm giving you statistics and studies from Microsoft that are true. I'm not gonna apologize for it. But Derek, I will ask that if I offend you, please leave. All right, so once we talk about these micro commitments and we learn the psychology and we learn how to cater. See, here's what's happening. If we can break our sales process down into small chunks, we can fight back against the 8-second problem versus someone landing on a long page that they have to read and they did not ask to read this page. See, here, let's say they had to read a long page. They asked you, they said yes a few times. So it was their option. It was their choice to show up, right? It was their choice to sit there. So anyways, so they're going to be more likely to read it. So let's have a look at what are the most important. So the parts we're going to talk about today, guys, are right here. This is the chunk we're going to talk about. I'm not going to talk about what happens down back at the end of here because we would need a lot more time together and you need to commit to learning copywriting, and then I'll teach you all the rest of that too. But I'm going to talk to you today about how do you stop someone dead in their tracks so that you can put the goldfish to death? How do you stop someone dead in their tracks so that you can keep their attention and so that you can engage with them later and build that rapport with them? So best way to do that is, let me pull up my pages. So let's do this here. I'm going to copy this link. 1 sec. Oops. All right. So what you're going to see now is one of our webinar registration pages. Now, I want you to completely ignore the fact that it's a webinar registration page, okay? Because as soon as I show this to a lot of you, you're going to say, webinar, Anik, we don't do webinars. I don't have a webinar. Yes, I know that. And that's exactly why I don't want you to focus on that, because it actually doesn't matter. My webinar registration pages look exactly the same as my opt-in pages. And they look very similar to other pages that we have. You'll see my bootcamp registration page, an opt-in page, and you'll see my webinar registration page here. And you'll see that there's a lot of similarities because it actually doesn't matter what you're showing them on the other side of it. It actually doesn't matter what you're showing them. So if you don't have a webinar, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change the rules about how to do a sales page. Okay, so let me ask you guys something. When you land, and this page isn't the best about it. Like, guys, I'm going to ask you this question. I'm going to send a note to my own team saying, hey, we should fix this. But, hey, we've split tested the crap out of this page, so it is working. What does your eye go to first when you land on this page? You guys, you're welcome to answer, by the way, because I'm actually looking for answers. Got it. So you know what? Based on your answers, most of you, based on your answers, there's 50-50. And I can already tell that my team can improve this. Okay? Because where let's answer this. Where do your eyes go to? 50% of you said the headline. Whoa, that is not cool. All right. So 50% of you said headline and 50% of you said the button. Here's what the answer should have been. Here's what the answer should have looked like. The answer should have been 75% said headline and then 25% said the button. Or even better yet, 100% said the headline and 0% said the. So I want you, very initially, I want you to focus right here on my headline. Because that's where I'm going to get, I have 8 seconds and you can read this in 8 seconds. It's perfect. A good headline can be read in less than 8 seconds. And it's going to be enough to get you to really catch your eye. So build a lucrative online business on a shoestring budget, even if you have nothing to sell. By the way, I didn't write this page. I didn't design this page. This is my team, because my team has become avid split testers. Okay? Marriott says headline too long. Harriet, Marriott, I got to tell you, this thing's split tested, so be careful what you say. The test results would show that this actually is working. We're spending a lot of money driving traffic to it right now. A lot of money. Okay, so that's the first thing that the eye should go on. The second thing that an eye should go on is a tie. I can't really say it's this, but it could be a tie. It could be the button, or it could be the bullet points. But essentially, it should be this word, wherever this word is used more. So in an ideal world, if I was to do another split test on this landing page, I would shove the word free into the headline. And I bet you that would help me increase the conversion. So the second place an eye should go to is the word free, so that people immediately know, guards down, they don't have to be scared that you're going to start selling them stuff. Okay? So what we're looking for is that word free. Okay? And then once they've seen that, that's when you can say, okay, look at my bullet points, or again, a tie, look at my button, because by that point, enough people may have already decided that they're interested. So what's going to happen in this funnel is that as soon as they click, yes, save my free seat, they're going to move on to the next step, which is actually registering for the webinar. So you see what's happening? The fact that they showed up on this page at all, they had said yes. They had raised their hands and said, I'm interested. And now when they land on this page, they choose to read it. They've said yes twice. And then the third time is when they actually click on this button, they've said yes. So before they've even engaged with my funnel, they have already said yes multiple times. And then if you look at the rest of the page, you'll see I've thrown social credibility, so that people who are landing on this page know that Anik is supported and endorsed by lots of big names. Of course, Anik has been mentioned in Business Week, ABC, Inc. 500, TED Talk, CBS, Entrepreneur, Huffington Post. So now again, people are like, okay, well, this guy's got to be something legit if he's being mentioned in all these big places. So okay, let me pay attention to him. And ladies and gentlemen, this is an amazing. This page right here, we probably spend about $100,000 a month. Probably spend about $100,000 a month promoting this, and very profitably, very profitably. There's nothing brilliant about it. There's not a single thing on this page that you can't do, but it works like a charm. Simplicity is key. That's one of the biggest things I teach our students when we teach copy, is I teach you how to create simplicity in simple pages. All right. Now, you guys want me to pull up the second page? And I'll ask you to see what similarities you start to see. All right. Type in yes if you want me to pull up the second page. All right, let's see here. JCam says, Anik, do you think less words would make it even more effective? Curious. JCam, yes. As a matter of fact, okay, you asked for it, so I'm going to go on a digression here. It's a good question though, JCam. He said, you know what? The best converting pages have the least words on them. I mean, literally, if I took all these words out, headline, bullet points, and I just put like 7 words up with a big ass box below it, for people to put their email into, I'd probably get the highest conversion rate. But there's two problems with that. You don't always want the highest conversion rate. So first problem is most places I could go to buy traffic will not like a page that looks like that. It doesn't look professional. They're going to reject your page. They're going to let you run traffic. The second bigger problem is I actually tested this and found out that if I try to convert too high on the first page, the people did not say enough yeses. And so by the second, third, or fourth page of the process, they are not nearly as committed. So the fact that I'm actually making them read before they say yes, before they opt in, is good. It's qualifying them, and it's making them a heck of a lot more likely to do what comes next. Okay, so now let me pull up this page. All right, so this is a very different kind of page, actually. Sorry, this breaks all of our molds. And my team, this was the fourth one my team gave me because they wanted to show you something really cool. So let's not do that page right now. Let's do this page. All right. So now this page is about getting a free book. Plus we threw a webinar in there, and then I'll bring up this page as well. So I'm just going to bring them all up at one point so that we can actually go and cross compare these. This is a sales page. All right. And stop, pause, Google, start. All right. And then this is my personal favorite. My personal favorite. Man, I can't tell you how well this page is converted for me. We have, you know what? I can prove it to you. Check this out. Check out. So I'm going to show you. Okay. Don't autoplay. All right. So you see this page here. This page we have driven a lot of traffic to. A lot. You know how well it's done? Check this out. This course, the copywriting bootcamp that we have, has 16,000 likes. Let me repeat. It has 16,000 people that have said they liked this course. So why do I tell you that? I tell you that because you can only imagine how many opt-ins we've had. Just for a minute, think about how many people have been put through this course in order for 16,000 of them to have said that they like that they Facebook liked the course. John Cobb says, brilliant course. Thank you, John. I appreciate that. So this page, let's look at it. It's an opt-in page. It's not a webinar. It's an opt-in page for a free course. So here you look at it. First of all, I got a video. Videos are awesome for qualifying people. Videos are awesome for qualifying people. But your eyes go pretty quickly to the word free and copywriting and bootcamp. The new step-by-step formula to using words to sell products on the internet. All right, you got a nice logo that, again, has the word copywriting in it. I'm definitely trying to, you can tell here, I am trying really hard to self-qualify people. If the word copywriting bothers you, then I don't want you to join this course. Okay, I don't want you to join this course. Brenda says, is this course in the learn.com portal? It is, absolutely, it is. A lot of you are laughing at my, you guys like my, my team made this for me, my little cartoon image of me. And then you'll see I wrote some copy, right? I wrote some just simple copy. Like there's no brilliant copy here. It's just simple and straightforward, but it's very formulaic. You'll see this. You'll see a very similar formula in my pages. And then we look at this one. Whoop, not that one. This one. Nope, not that one either. This one. Headline, bullet points, nice image, some credibility with our Robert Kiyosaki's face, and a big old yellow button staring you in the face. You see the word free, 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 free everywhere we can. Free up here, free in the button, free up here. Because I'm trying to make sure that as soon as you land on this page, I remove any form of concern that I'm going to sell you stuff so that you can focus on just saying yes to the next micro decision. Just say yes to reading the page. Just say yes to opting in for the book. And then as you go through the process, I trust that my content is so good that you'll end up wanting to buy my products. Okay, that's the take. Now let me show you some pages that we've driven a lot of traffic to that are very different. Okay, they're not opt-in pages at all. All right, but I want you to see if you can find and look for some of the similarities. All right, some of the similarities. So, by the way, type in wow if you've been getting some good value so far. Type in wow if you've been getting some good value. Just type in wow. Let's see what's going on. Awesome, awesome. See lots of wows. Cool. Now imagine, guys, we're only going to get to spend another 15, 20 minutes together right now. Imagine if we spent 5 days doing this. just think for that. 5 days, 8 hours a day, 40 hours. You think I can make you a ninja at this? I'll tell you right now, I can make you into a freaking full-on Jedi on this stuff, and 40 hours is a lot of time to do it. So here's a page that we've driven a lot of traffic to. A lot, actually. I mean, God. Probably have spent $500,000 driving traffic to this page. But look, it's not an opt-in. It's a course. We actually drive traffic straight to the course. And what we're seeing here is that, again, headline. We get you in, 8-video course, how to create an email marketing business even if you don't have a product. And then right below it, we have basically an opt-in page. We try to get you into our free workshop. And then right below it, we try to get you to watch our content videos, but right below the content video, we have opt-in options. We try to get you into our workshops. We try to get you to apply for one of our workshops. And then we give you content. Right? We give you awesome content. Wow, I've lost about 15 pounds since that. I'm just looking at a picture of myself and laughing. Glad I'm getting healthier. All right. So, but you'll see the same theme here, even though it's a very different kind of page, and it's not it's not a opt-in page. But you'll see that I like to make sure that your eye first goes to a headline on a page so that I can beat that 8-second rule, so that I can make sure that I catch your attention. And then this one right here, this page has sold over 100,000 copies of my Circle of Profit book. Now, take that in for a minute, guys. I said sold. This page literally goes direct. This page goes direct for the sale. Now, I'm not going to take credit for this page. This page was originally invented by people in the CPA space, okay? There are big marketers who had big budgets, who spent millions of dollars, and invented this format of a page. So video with the address form here, and then all of this stuff. But then Russell Brunson comes in, does a huge book launch on it. So I saw his page, and I was like, okay, great. I'm going to take that page. So Lori says, this page is great for selling your own stuff, but I think most of us are starting out as an affiliate. How do we transfer this product information when we're selling someone else's product? Well, Lori, I just showed you so many pages where you could have easily used that. So Lori, if this was your page and you were collecting the email address, you could sell anyone's product, right? If this was your page and you were collecting an email address, you could sell anybody's product. If this was your page, you collecting email addresses, you could sell anyone's product. If this was your page and you had videos and content and training, again, the links on the page could be affiliate products going to other people's pages, right? So a couple of you are asking, can we copy these pages? Look, guys, you're always welcome to do what we call hacking. Means you can get inspired from these. You're welcome to borrow color schemes and stuff, but always be respectful. Please don't copy it. Don't copy it word for word. Don't make it look like my website. But you're absolutely welcome to showing this to a designer or someone and saying, get inspiration from these pages. That's why I'm doing this webinar. You guys didn't think I was going to actually give you the meat, did you? But I'm going to show you I'll give you a replay. You can take screenshots of these if you want as I'm showing you the different pages. These are the pages that we drive all of our company's traffic to. Nothing being held back. Absolutely nothing being held back. So these now, imagine now that you have, so for example, let me show you this page here, okay? This page We figured it out. We drove a little bit of traffic to it. We tested stuff, and we knew for every visitor that comes to this website, we make like, I forgot what it is, but because we have a big long funnel. So, and I haven't done the math for this in like a year and a half. So that's awesome, by the way, is that you can do the math once and then leave it alone forever and just keep driving traffic to it and it just keeps making you money. But I think we make something close to like $3.80 per visitor. It was like after thousands of book sales, we had our numbers down. So you know what I can do now, guys? I can just apply pressure. I can literally sit there and just drive traffic to it like as much as I want, as long as I'm paying less than, $3 a click. I know I'm going to make money. Boom. One thing after the other, one thing after the other, one thing after the other, I'm driving traffic to it. So here, right over here, I figured out that on average, when I drive traffic to this, it costs me about $4 to get someone to become a member of my bootcamp. $4, okay? And then I figured out that once they go through my bootcamp and once they go through my webinar, by the time they get done buying my copywriting product and some other things that they have, every lead is worth about $7.50. So I spend $4 to get a lead, and that's worth about $7 or so to me in profit, or revenue, sorry. So it's about $3 profit. So now that I know this math, as long as I go to Facebook or my other favorite resource, which I'll reveal in a second, as long as I go there now, I'm going to be able to drive as much traffic as I want to it. And I know my exact numbers. That's why I've been able to go from $20 to $50. So I see some of you guys asking, Anik, what is the second source of traffic? So here are the two sources, guys, that we are the most focused on and just crushing it with. And actually, I actually am going to do some much more deeper training on this stuff coming up soon. So we have Facebook. I already revealed that to you guys. We spend quite a bit on Facebook. But the second one, drum roll, that we've been doing a lot of is YouTube. And what we're figuring out, guys, this is really cool. On YouTube, you don't have to do videos with your face on the camera. You don't even have to do videos with you. We're actually buying videos and testing them. We're buying videos from Fiverr and allowing people to we're taking that talent, that person from Fiverr, and we're dumping the video on YouTube, and we're finding that it's working like gangbusters for us. So if you're nervous of the camera, or if you're scared of putting your face on the on there, we're going to show you strategies to use YouTube that just aren't that are just awesome. All right. So let me ask you guys a question. I'm going to take a quick pause. If you had the ability to come work with us for 5 days, virtually or live, like you actually flew in and worked with us, I want you to type, which topic would you be most interested in mastering? Because we're going to be teaching all 3 topics moving forward. So tell me, type in the number 1 for copywriting, number 2 for Facebook, number 3 for YouTube, okay? Which of these would be where you felt like 5 days with us would probably have the biggest impact in your life? We're getting lots of 1s, like a tremendous amount of 1s, and getting a decent amount of 2s and 3s as well, but lots of 1s here. Wow, tremendous. Awesome. How many of you believe this is great? I love the fact that so many of you are typing in the number 1. That means you listened to me today. Okay, let me ask you this question. Now I want you to type in me if listening to me talk about copywriting today changed your mind and made you realize that you need to focus more on copy and that you think about that skill set differently and are now willing to invest time and energy and money in learning how to master that skill. Type in me if my conversation today helped you come to that well, that's a lot of me's. Oh, I love it. All right, that's awesome. I'm so glad I did this webinar today, because if that's the biggest outcome that I get out of today's webinar, man, I will feel like I have done something very powerful today to change lives. By the way, we got hundreds and hundreds of people on. Between GoToWebinar and Facebook, we're probably closing in on 1,000 people. That's nuts. It's nuts. Wow. All right. Cool. Okay. So now, when it comes to Facebook, let's talk a little bit about Facebook traffic versus YouTube traffic, okay? So Facebook traffic versus YouTube traffic. Facebook traffic is when you know the type of customer you want. So you know that this person is going to be between the age of 30 and 40. You know this person likes Tony Robbins. You know, you build out this avatar and you have all these metrics and you go into Facebook and you put them in. And you say, Facebook, I want you to look through all of your 2 billion people. By the way, Facebook has 2 billion people now, okay? And you say, I want you to find a lot of people that fit this. Like, and you might say, like, hey, I only want UK. So Facebook will go through 2 billion people in the span of split seconds and come back and say, okay, Anik, we found 153,000 people that fit your mold. We believe these 153,000 people are the best ones for you to show your ad to. So number one, it's all about targeting with Facebook. You've got to know how to create good targeting. Number two, it's all about creation. So your ad creatives, right? There's some formulas that we use in the company. We love image ads and we love video ads and we focus the most on those. And then number three is about optimization. These 3 skills are what you need to master for Facebook. Now, if you asked me where to apply your most time, I would say 30% on targeting, 50% on creation, and 20% on optimization. This ends up being the easiest step because once you've got a bunch of ads up and once you've figure out what your good targeting is, optimization is actually pretty straightforward and pretty simple. So, that's, if you're going to learn Facebook, that's where I want you to put your focus and emphasis on, is really learning how to create good ads. Now, here's the funny thing. I didn't even mean for this to happen, but here's the funny thing. Guess what skill you need if you want to learn how to create great ads? I'll give you. Okay, Mandy, you got it. All right, Lynette got it. Anthony got it. John got it. Magdalena got it. Alberto got it. Who else is going to get it? Come on. Joe, Karen, Lori, Mike, Martin, Letitia. Sorry, I'm so bad with names. Rolando. Oh my God, so many of you guys. Yes, you're right. Copywriting, right? That, again, it comes back to me teaching you guys one thing, that copy is the core of building a business. This is why I'm so blessed that this man came into my life 16 years ago. Otherwise, God knows I'd still be struggling. I wouldn't have made a penny, right? Okay, so now let's talk about YouTube. How's YouTube work? Well, YouTube is very similar, but YouTube, you can't go to Google and really type in all of these kinds of metrics. You can get a little bit. So YouTube, you're looking more for people. So YouTube gets all of its information by tracking what people search. So what you go to YouTube is mostly with keywords, okay? So you're going to go to YouTube and say, look, anyone who's interested in the following keywords. Now, how does Google know that? Google knows because Google can see everything you're searching for. They stock it, they store it. So if you went to YouTube, if you went to Google and said, hey, listen, for anyone who types in Tony Robbins, I want you to show, and they happen to live in California. Okay, and I don't know if you can really do age and stuff that well with Google, but let's just say, okay, anyone who's typed in Tony Robbins and lives in California. So Google's like, okay, let's look through all of our search history over the last few months, find all the people that typed in Tony Robbins, build a little audience of them, dump them into YouTube, and now we'll show this person's video ad to them on YouTube. So it's awesome, believe it or not. It's amazing, but Facebook just has a lot more depth. So I feel like you could scale with Facebook a lot faster. So right now, if you ask me how much of my budget, so if we were to spend $500,000, probably about 400,000 of that goes into Facebook and about 100,000 of that goes into YouTube. But we are fast scaling that. I just need to learn it a little bit better. But I mean, I think I'm doing pretty good if I'm already investing over $1 million a month. Right? So now, guess what? So on YouTube, your creation is the most important thing by far again. Probably 60%. And then targeting is important, but not as important because there's not as many options. And then third is optimization. And I would actually change this. I'm going to change my metrics here. I'm going to actually make this 15% and make this 25%. Optimization is a bit more important on YouTube and Google because Google's system's a little bit more complicated. One of the best reasons to come spend 5 days with us is, if nothing else, you learn how to use Google's system, because it took me a while to learn that. Now I've mastered it thanks to my amazing team. But it did take me quite some time before I could master it. And so this is why today's webinar, I spent 75% of it talking to you about copy. Because guess what? If you want to do good ad creation, guess what you need? You need to use copy. Now, when it comes to copywriting, guys, we have a 5-step formula, and it works really well for pretty much all kinds of copy. Okay, so emails, ads, all right, video sales letters, written sales letters. You'll see one thing happening a lot nowadays. You'll see that there's a lot of webinars being used to sell products. And even on the phone, a lot of coaches and consultants who sell opportunities on the phone, the same 5-step formula applies to all of it. And this is new. You won't learn the formula anywhere else because, and of course, I offer, if you want, we do have a free course. I mean, it's a free course, right? So it only gets into so much detail. You can get it at learncopy.com. Or if you're inside Learn Nation, guys, if you're a Learn Nation member, you can go Copywriting Bootcamp. It's inside there. It's free. But if you really want to have the big breakthroughs, first of all, look, if you become a great copywriter, I can tell you right now, you'll start earning thousands of dollars a month, even without a product to sell, because people will start to hire you. I just got a message today. I want to read this message to you guys. Like, I can't make this stuff up. This literally came in today, and it said, one thing I did want to ask you, I am desperately looking for another writer for my team. Are you okay if I were to put feelers out to the copywriting group you have? So we work with a lot of copywriters, right? So we get work for them all of the time. This message came into me this morning. I get this message almost on a daily basis from marketers all over the world. So one of the coolest things is when you master the art of writing well and you use my 5-step formula and I give you all of my templates that we use for copy, you're able to actually go out there and essentially sell yourself. And plus, we actually endorse you. So one of the things that we're doing right now, for those of you who already did Copywriting Academy, that's awesome. Congratulations. But if you actually show up for our 5-day workshop and our 5-day virtual event, so it's the same event. You can either be present with us to see it live and ask questions and engage and interact. It's totally better to do it that way. I don't care what you have to do. Getting there live is way better. But if for those of you, it's like completely not possible and like, you really just can't leave or you're out of the country, or it's too expensive to fly, then we do have a virtual audit. It means you can watch from home. Again, like 8 hours a day, 5 days, and get all the replays. And then what we're doing is we're doing level 2 certification. Excuse me, I had to take a drink there. So that's when I'm going to actually start recommending out people to the program. We're doing the same thing with Facebook ads, okay? So what we're doing is I'm having my 2 top Facebook agents in the company that run all of Learn's traffic. They're actually flying in. One's flying in from outside the country, and they're going to be present in the Learn Center for 5 days, and myself is included, and we're going to work with students and teach them everything about Facebook. And then the same thing with YouTube. Our YouTube expert, you guys don't even know, is a secret expert, and he's flying in from India. All right, he's one of our consultants we use. He's actually flying in from India, and he's going to be teaching the level 2 YouTube certification class. Carlos says, what is level 2 certification? Level 2 certification, Carlos, is when we officially start endorsing you. But in order to do that, you have to have been in front of us. We're going to give you a test. You literally take a test. But that's not the important thing. The important thing here is, because a lot of you, what do you care about the certification? Unless you plan on being a consultant, you don't care about certification. What you care about is learning the skill to use it and apply it in your own business, right? So that's the biggest thing there. So having said that, how many of you, can I see, I love this. Guillermo says, this has been an aha moment for me. I'm already certified by Copywriting Academy. I'd be willing to go for more of the Learn Center to nail down copywriting. That's amazing. So what I want to ask you guys is we are coming to the end of the webinar here. I really only allotted about an hour today. We have the ability to work with about 25, 30, I don't know, push come to shove 35, but really 30 is that sweet spot. where we have like 30 people that can be present physically in the center, and we will like literally work with you. We have for the copywriting one, we have our top copywriter, Brian Lenny, is actually flying in. We have our senior copywriter, Misha, who's flying in, and I will be there, and then we're bringing in one more copywriter. So imagine, it's like literally we'll have top of the top experts teaching how to do all of this stuff hands-on. You ask questions, we do exercises, we do, you do work together. Same thing with Facebook, and same thing with YouTube. So with Facebook, again, we have 3 experts flying in. We'll be working with you hands-on. We'll teach you Facebook. We'll lean over your shoulder, look and point, and scratch, and show you how to make an ad, show you how to do targeting, show you how to optimize, I'll show you how to make, how to do image ads without ever having to get an image. I'll show you how to do video ads without ever having to make a video. And then exactly the same thing with YouTube. Same thing. We'll show you how to do amazing ads without ever having to be on camera if you don't want to be, without ever having to make a video if you don't want to. We'll show you how to get videos for like $5, $6, $7 that work on YouTube. But again, like I said, to most of you, to many of you, if you're just starting, copywriting may be the thing that you need to really learn the most. And then from there, you can move into the traffic side. I want to share. So here's how it works. If you want to be, how many of you, type in me if you want to be one of the students that goes through one of our workshops, 5 days, virtual or physically present. I highly, highly, highly recommend the physically present. I don't care what you have to do. I don't care if you have to move mountains to get there. I highly, 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 highly recommend getting there physically present. Okay, I see a lot of me's. Whoa, I'm probably talking 200 me's have flown in already. Arturo says, I will walk from Georgia if I need to. Wow. That's amazing. Amazing. Okay, I can tell you something, guys, right now. If all of the me's, there's no chance in, I mean, we've got over 300 me's here. So what I want to do is, the way it works is you have to talk to our team. A couple things I want to let you know. Yes, there will be, you obviously you have to pay for travel and hotel. There's a little bit of a cost involved. It's minimal. I'll tell you what, I've only done this once. I did a copywriting workshop last year. I got 22 people in a room. They paid $10,000 each to be there. I am not doing that this time. It is not even close to that. But there is a little bit of investment involved, but it's not even close to that. But we don't even know yet, and we don't even talk about it until you get qualified. So to get qualified, all I need you to do is talk to one of our advisors on the phone. You can book a call. I'm going to give you the URL. How many of you plan on booking the call to talk to one of our advisors? Can you type in the number 1 if you intend to book a call with one of our advisors to talk to them about this? I'm trying to get an idea so I know. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's see here. All right. You guys better book that call really fast, because I will tell you that we will only have take about 30, 35, 40 calls. No, Magdalena says, is this only for people who can come physically? No, virtual too. You have to qualify for virtual as well. So if you can't come physically, that's okay. You have to talk to us though first before we could do the virtual one. So how many of you are, type in the number 1 if you would be physical, type in the number 2 if you're interested in virtual. 1 if you're interested in physical, 2 if you're interested in virtual. Wow. Okay, it's a 50-50 split. So someone said, what are we booking the call for? The call is like literally 15 minutes. You get on with one of our advisors. They're going to talk to you, and they're going to see if you qualify for the program. And if they do, they'll walk you through the details. But what I need you to do is I need you to book your call with them. You have to get on their calendar to do it. And so the URL, oh God, I should probably know what that is right before I get on a call with you guys. I told you it was raw. This is something that literally my last minute, I was like, okay, I'll let everybody know about it, just in case anyone's interested. If you want to work with us on this, guys, here's what you do. Go right now to learn.com/lowercase workshop. Write that down, because I mean it. Go there ASAP, because we're not going to take too many. Well, is it workshops or workshop? 1 second. Yep, workshop. It's not plural. It's really, really quick for you to book that call with us. And don't worry, there's no, I don't want anyone thinking that there's some kind of like hard sales or any crap that happens on the other side. Actually, it's the exact opposite. You're going to get a chance to ask a lot of your questions, and they'll be able to help you and get a lot of stuff in gear for you. You can ask questions about other things that Learn's got going on. Oh, that's an awesome question. So what date? Paula writes. Let me show you how to get that. Okay, everyone written this down, because I'm gonna go off of this screen. Learn.com/workshop. I'm literally going to be able to tell you how many students have already booked their call, because I can actually log into the system and see. And I know that we really only have 35 spots to book at the moment, because all of our advisors are pretty slammed. Let's see here. Takes me to Zumper. Really? Let's check it out. What does it go to? Learn.com/workshop. Worked for me, guys. Let me paste this for you here in the chat box, okay? So if you look at the chat box, the link is pasted there. So here's what you're going to do, okay? Sydney says, sounds too good to be true. All right, Sydney, no problem then. See you later. I mean, seriously, it's all good for me, Sydney. I'm just putting it all out there exactly as is. So you're most welcome to not do it. So right here, you'll see that if you want to talk, if we kind of want to know which one you're most interested in, so you pick the one that you're most interested in. So let's just say it was the copywriting workshop. You can click on talk to a coach, and we just ask you some questions, and you answer these questions, and you go all the way through. So it just says, I'm just going to answer this. You go to next step. And then literally, this is what happens. I'm going to choose my time zone, and then it'll show me what some of the time slots available are for tomorrow. I will choose my time slot, hit schedule, and then it's going to ask me a few questions, my names and stuff like that, and I am good to go. So it doesn't take very long to do it, but please do answer everything, guys. Answer all the questions honestly, so that your advisor actually has time to work with you, and can really actually help you. Chris Floatin says, boom, scheduled. Awesome, Chris, congratulations. Who else has booked their call? I'm just curious. Type in me if you've booked your call so I can congratulate you here publicly. Go to learn.com/workshop. Okay, we have Tuda, Arturo. Arturo, you could stop saying me, my friend. I see it. You typed it like 50 times. Alberto. Wow, you guys are answering super fast. So make sure you answer those questions honestly, okay? It's not a race. I mean, we do have 35 spots or so. So please make sure you're taking it very, very seriously. Who else do we have here? All right, we're still waiting on some other people. Stephanie. Stephanie, you've already spoken to a coach or advisor. All right, awesome. Richard. Richard said I did. And Guillermo says not working for me. I don't know what to tell you, man. If the URL is what you clicked in the chat box, it's learn.com/workshop. And again, it's learn.com/workshop. Head on over there, and you should be able to select one of the workshops, whichever one you're interested in. It'll look like this. So you just kind of pick which one you're interested in. So you're interested in copywriting, YouTube, or FB. All right. Let's see here. That's a great question. Keith says, will getting the virtual copywriting 2.0 Learn course be able to watch at any time, or need to be watching 8 hours straight live? No, Keith, you get the replays, my friend. So you're able to come back and forth and watch it whenever you want. You'll get all access to all of that. Paula again says, what am I on dates? Oh my God, Paula, I'm so sorry. Okay. I don't have them in front of me. Okay, copywriting, Paula. Copywriting is from June 12th. I know it's right over my birthday. I want to say it's June 12th to June 16th. Please do not quote me on this. Please, please, please talk to your coach. Talk to the advisor. Book your call, Paula, and then talk to your advisor, because I don't want to give you guys the wrong. But I know the copywriting is June 12th to 16th maybe. And then July. In July, we have both Facebook and YouTube back to back. I don't remember the dates, but I do want to say that I think they are the first 2 weeks of July. So it's the first week is Facebook and second week is YouTube. But I'm sorry, Paula, I should have had that information on me. I wasn't prepared because I really just wanted to talk to you guys about other stuff. And then I thought, hey, I have an option here to show you guys this stuff. And so I forgot and I didn't check. Stephanie says, so June is all copywriting. June is all about copywriting, guys. Let me just see something here. How many of you have already booked your call? I have to close up this webinar really soon because actually we have a training webinar starting here. So type in me if you've already booked your call. Let's see. Chris, Alberto, Vivencio, Arturo, Kelly, Sydney. Justine says, I'm having issues with Facebook when I can't be bothered with it anymore and just close my profile. Where do I go to learn to get around these issues? Have to connect with someone at Learn Team later. Justine, if you actually came and hung out with us, we'd help you get through them live at the event. That's the best thing I can offer at the moment. Richard, Carl says, is this live? What do you think, Carl? I just said your name. Michael's booked this call. Carl says, what about me? There you go, Carl said it. Jimmy has booked the call. Scott booked the call. Let's see here. Cost Schiff has booked the call. Wow. Timon has booked. What? I don't see this many calls in my schedule. Well, it's not with me, but it's in my calendar. Oh, okay. I do see about 30 people have booked their calls. I'll give it. We'll hang out here for a little bit longer until about 40. Let's say we get to 40 bookings. Okay, 40 people booked. Let me ask this question. Can you type in the number 2 if you're in the process of doing it, just so I know? Can you type in the number 2 if you're in the process of doing it? Gina, okay, got it. Joe just booked. Marsha just booked. Wow. Jane is doing it. Who else is in the process of doing it? Just type in the number 2 so I don't go and shut the page down. Carl is doing it. Marsha says, bye-bye. Bye, Marsha. Thank you very much. I'm just going to hang out and answer some questions for you guys for the next few minutes. I just found out I have until 9:30. So I don't have to run off right away. Let's see here. Cheryl's done it or doing it. Lori says, I'm trying, but I'm having issues with the site. That's poo. I'm sorry, Lori. I hope you're at the right link. Eve is in the middle of doing it. Carl says, only in Maryland. Any in San Diego? Not yet, Carl. I'm hoping that my next Learn Center is in San Diego. But Carl, you can come on down to Maryland. It's okay. I know how much West Coasters hate the idea of coming to the East Coast, but Carl, it's nice and sunny here. It's great weather now. You'll love it. I think you should come join us in Maryland. All right. Daniel says he's done. Stephanie says she's talked to Michael several times. Let's just send him an email. Sounds like he will have a lot of calls. Stephanie, you should probably get a hold of him. He's going to be jam-packed, so please get a hold of him. Carl says, I was just there. Well, come on back, Carl. You were here when it was a little cold. So come back in June, and we'll show you how Marylanders really do it. And Carl, where were you in the East Coast? Because if you weren't in Maryland, you weren't in the real place. Let's see here. Keith says, get a Learn Center in St. Paul, Minnesota. That sounds awesome. I would do it. Tuta says I would take 5 days off to consider coming out. Let's see here. She's asking if there's any, what can I say will come out of coming. Okay, so basically she's very sweet. She says, I know you can't guarantee anything, but after 5 days with you in person, what can we expect to get out of it? Because I'm down to call off work and invest. Tuta, you get to master whatever skill set or whatever topic you show up for. That's the honest truth, okay? It's not about, I'm not going to tell you you're going to leave having made millions of dollars and blah, blah, blah. We're going to give you all of our hearts, everything. We're going to literally sit there and work with you for 5 days. You have my best of the best, my trainers, my teachers, everybody working with you. All right? Brian says, hello, anybody there? I'm right here, Brian. We will give you our best of the best training, and we will literally work with you nonstop. Let's see here. Kelly says, look at that, Anik. You just launched your Learn Center, and people want it worldwide. I know. Trust me. I know. We want to grow worldwide too. Believe me. We want to be all over the place. All right, guys. I literally have 5 more people that can book an appointment. That is it. And then it will have to be taken down. 5 more people that can book an appointment, and it will have to be taken down. So who is in the process of still doing it? Type in me if you're still in the process of booking your call. You're not done it yet. Type in me. Now, again, go here and pick one of these, okay? Copywriting, YouTube, or Facebook. Pick one of these. But type in me if you're still in the process of doing it. Okay, Gina, Stephanie, Magdalena, Eve, come on, guys. it's gonna shut down at any minute. Vivencio says, can I apply for 2 books? I don't know what books, maybe 2 workshops. Vivencio, if you really want 2 of them, just apply for 1 and talk to your advisor. Let your advisor help you out, okay? So let your advisor help you out and decide which workshop is best for you. So they're awesome about that. If you guys are a little confused, then click on any one of them and book your appointment, and the advisors will like talk to you. They'll try to understand your business, where you are, who you are, all of that good stuff. And then from there, they'll help you work through which one's right for you and you know, which one isn't, and all that stuff. All right, not able to do from my phone. Devendra, I think you should be able to, but you still got a few minutes if you want to hop on your desktop. What are the dates for the other workshops, YouTube and Facebook? Guys, I'm so sorry. I am so not prepared. I did not have the dates on my hands. I'm silly. So it's in July. I think the first 2 weeks of July for Facebook and for YouTube. So, but your advisors will know. So get on the phone with them and they'll tell you. I'm sorry. I wasn't planning on doing this. This is like literally last minute. I was like, I'm going to throw this out to everybody. See who's interested. But I know it's in July. Like I know the copywriting one I know because it's like right over my birthday. So you can come hang out with me for my birthday. It's 12th to the 16th. I'm like 99% sure that that's what it is. Okay, last opportunity. We have like literally 2 or 3 people that can still book. Who's still in the process of doing it? So I keep the page open. I don't want to have to take the page down. Who's in the process of still doing it? I'll keep the page open. Copywriting. Which one did you? So for those of you, okay, it looks like everyone's pretty much done with the applications, right? Type in number 2 if you're still doing it, so I don't shut it down on you. Type in the number 2. Stephanie says FB page is being glitchy. Richard, Daniel, you guys are still on, still trying. Okay, Stephanie, why are you on a Facebook page? Our booking process doesn't go through that. Okay, if you have not been able to book yourself, let's see here. Give me a sec. Let me give you. She's not going to be happy with me for doing this, but I'm going to do it anyways. Okay. If you were not able to book, and only then, please be respectful. Do not start emailing her unless this applies to you, okay? Because you'll kill me. She'll be mad at me. I'm going to give you the email address. I'm putting it here in the chat box. If for some reason the system is failing for you, what I need you to do is send an email to teresa.gray@learn.com and just let her know, hey, I was trying to book with an advisor and it wasn't working, and so can you help me? Okay, so Stephanie, there's the email address. It's in the chat box. If you just look below in the chat box, Stephanie, that's the email address that you can use. You can reach out to her. She'll personally help you get your appointment set. Let me just check here. Where are we? Where are we on the appointments? Oh, okay. We just booked just crossed our threshold. So, yikes. All right, whatever. I'll keep it open for a little bit for you guys. You guys still seem to be going through. I'm just going to stop and let you do it. I want you guys to get the chance to talk to. Hey, tell me this. For those of you now, don't answer unless you actually put in the. This is a curiosity thing for me. It's my own question. For those of you, Lori says you're going to be in trouble with Teresa. I am totally going to be in trouble with Teresa. I'm not even joking. She's going to come in tomorrow, marching in my office. So please, guys, come on. This is family, right? We're all family here at Learn Nation. So please don't blow up her email with stuff that's not related to, like, you need, you know, help her do her job. So don't do that. So unless you really just need help getting on with a coach or an advisor, then message her and she'll write back and she'll get you plugged into a time. Type in the number 1 if you applied for copy. Type in the number 2 if you applied for Facebook, and type in the number 3 if you applied for YouTube. So help me out here. Type in the number 1 if you applied for copy, number 2 if you applied for Facebook, and number 3 if you applied for YouTube. All right, we got lots of people that did copy. I like that. I actually think that that's awesome. I'm proud of you guys for stepping up and applying for the copywriting program. Stephanie says copy is easy peasy, guys. I like it. I like that. I like the confidence, Stephanie. There you go. All right. Matthias, you are right. Damn, I forgot. I'm sorry, Matthias. You're absolutely right, and I will do that now. Do you want me to review your page? Guys, I got so excited, and I forgot that my team had planned. You know what it is, Matthias? It took me so long to get through the content that I had planned. I didn't ended up having no time to review your landing pages. So I had said that I would pick a few people and review landing pages live, and I totally forgot, and he just called me out, and I apologize. So I'll do a couple, definitely now. I got 9 minutes. All right, Matthias, because you were sweet enough to remind me, I will do yours first, my friend. And thank you for being nice about it, Matthias, and not being all angry. Sometimes people get all, but you didn't do what you said you would do. All right, Matthias, I like the simplicity. This page probably does pretty decent. 3 simple hidden techniques to smash belly fat and chronic fatigue in 5 weeks or less. All right, Matthias, I got to see you at the copy workshop, my friend. That is good. Not bad copy at all. I like it. Free report on covers. Reveals. Matthias, reveals has been proven over and over to do far better. If you're not dead, you can be healthy. I like that. Matthias, I would work on an image cover that is a little easier to read. So rather than angling it so much, keep it a little bit more straight in their face. Do I have one? I can see this? You see how much easier it is to read this book cover's title? This one's a little too angled. Too many bullet points, Matthias. My bet is if you got this down to 3 bullet points, your best 3, you're going to convert a lot better. And then, see, Matthias, the thing is I have a really big monitor, but if I had a smaller monitor, which most people do, this page would look like this. And the problem with that is that your opt-in box is below. So that's why if you removed a good 3 bullet points, it'll bump the entire page up and probably bring your opt-in box into it. All right. Also, this is too much text here. I don't really, it's hard to read. It's very difficult to read on my eyes. So get free hints on natural smoothies to debug your blood and revamp your energy. Simple techniques to stop your mind's chatter that's sabotaging and preventing you from success. So here's my problem. Up here, you talk about belly fat and chronic fatigue. And then down here, you talk about debugging my blood and revamping my energy and mind chatter. What's going on? So there's a lot of inconsistency here. So you would be better off getting rid of all of this and making sure your bullet points focus on either belly fat or fatigue. Keep it. I would even consider changing the title of my book here to Kill Belly Fat and Chronic Fatigue in 5 weeks, because you get that message out over and over and over again, right? Someone who just wrote that? Is that you, Rick? Someone just wrote into the chat box like continuity. Guys, Rick, who does these webinars with us, he's probably been he's probably been on over 1,000 webinars. He's probably the smartest marketer of all at this point. So he's just said continuity. All right, awesome. Matthias, otherwise, I gotta tell you, buddy, I a pretty good page. I'm pretty impressed. I think you got some. This is a great start. It's far better than most people. All right, Arturo's got himself or herself a launch pad page. Let's have a look. Okay, so Arturo, this is a prime example of a page that has very little words. Remember I told you guys like the ones with the least words would probably convert the best, but this is gonna never get approved on Facebook or YouTube. That's the issue. Free report reveals, love that. One simple and easy strategy to make $600 daily from your phone. That's pretty cool. It's a good headline. It's not going to make it past any of the Google or Facebook or YouTube or their compliance factors, but it's a good headline. It is a good headline. Put in your email address, instant access. So this is good. And I bet you, Arturo, that this works really well for you. But as you grow, I would encourage you to really use more pre-qualification. And I would encourage you to really look at kind of adding a little bit more text and stuff there. All right. I got 4 more minutes. Oh my God, my chat box is blowing up with people asking me to review their pages. I'm sorry, guys. There's no chance I'm going to be able to get through all of these people. I'll do my best. Okay. I got like 3 more minutes. Real quick question for everybody. Jacqueline, I'm going to do yours next. So here you go. Is anyone still waiting to apply, or can I tell my team to shut it off? Is anyone still looking to put their application in, or can I tell the team to shut it off? So let me know, please. Is anyone still looking to put their application? So put in type in the number 2 if you're still looking to put your application in. Type in the number 2 if you're still looking to talk to a coach, so that I don't shut the page down. All right. Let's see. Jacqueline. All right. Discover how you can reverse your condition without drugs or surgery. Do you have cancer, or are you scared and confused? What other options you have? Your concerns right now? Are you serious about looking for alternatives? So I have good news for you. Would you like to know more? Why am I listening to your health now? Discover, claim your complimentary. So my only problem here is, Jacqueline, what do you want me to do? Copy is not bad. All right, copy is not bad. This part was a little confusing. Reverse got me tongue-tied. If you noticed, I had to go back and read it again. You got a really intense opt-in page, man. I'll tell you right now, this is going to get really bad conversion because it's just too much stuff. Like, do you really need their phone number? Do you really need their last name? Do you really need their time zone? Do you really need their city? I'd remove all of that stuff because it's going to reduce conversion. And then you got all these distractions here, all these additional things that people can read. So if this is going to be, remember, 8 seconds, boom, get their attention, boom, and move on. Here, you got way too much going on for me. So this isn't a good landing page. This might be a good blog page, but it's not a good landing page. It's not a page I want to send people to land onto, okay, because there's just too much confusion. And then at the end here, we say, discover how you can reverse your cancer naturally, claim your completely complimentary discovery session here. But there's nothing here. So otherwise, I like the copy. I really do. All right, we still have some 2s coming. Maria, please hurry, 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 hurry. All right. Let's see. Jimmy is typing to me in Hindi. All right, Jimmy, you win. Fellow Indian man, let's help you out. Look at this page. Okay, the first problem I got is your URL triggers a warning on the trust thingamajigger. It's, what is it called? Wall of trust or something of trust. This is bad, okay? It's called, here, what's it called? You can check, everyone can check MyWatt Web of Trust. So go to mywot.com, mywot.com. Check your web URL. You never want these warnings to show up because it's going to kill your conversion. Just join us. Legendary entrepreneurs show you how to start, launch, and grow a digital business. That's great. You went with our headline, 16 hours of training from industry titans. This is a good page. Jimmy, what I would do is make this headline much bigger. The just join us is the biggest part. Get rid of that. It doesn't provide you any value. Who's this guy? There's a random person smiling and looking at the thing. So this could be more valuable. Put up an image here that represents the event, the Learn Summit event. Put up an image here that actually carries value, sends a message, creates a reason for people to do convert. Make this bigger and save seat now. It's fine. So overall, this is good. This definitely could, it can improve quite a bit. All right, it can improve quite a bit. All right. So guys, I do have to call it quits at this point. For those of you who put your applications in, I cannot wait to hear about how it goes with your advisors. I wish you all the very best. I hope things work out. I hope to see you at the copywriting training. It'll be a lot of fun, and I think that we'll have a good time, and you're going to learn a whole crap load, all right? So I hope, for those of you, especially if you can make it to the physical center, you really, really, really need to be there at the physical center. It'll be that much better and that much more impactful. But with that said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. It has been an absolute honor and a pleasure being here with you today. And we'll do more of these impromptu webinars in the future. I hope you guys enjoyed yourselves, and I'll see you again in the future. Talk to you later, guys. See you later. Bye.